If you are hearing these words, know this. It is not by chance, but a call echoing within your very soul. It is the resonance your being has awaited for so long. We stand on the threshold of a great epoch, the very one whispered of by prophets with hope and awe. An era when the world as we know it, like a worn tapestry woven from flickering signals and fleeting likes, will begin to unravel if its threads are merely tugged. Today, we speak of the Great Silence, a prophecy that does not simply foretell the future, but actively shapes it, weaving its threads into the fabric of reality. Before we step into the most sacred halls of this knowledge, you must make your choice. Your like is not merely an expression of approval. It is a firm declaration of your intent. Your subscription is your enlistment among those who are not afraid to seek answers. The truth that they persistently hide behind the colorful screen of endless news is, in reality, simple and terrifyingly obvious. The world in which we now exist is an artfully constructed simulation, fueled by a continuous stream of information, much like blood circulates within a soulless, yet still pliable, body. And when this blood, which fuels our digital civilization, ceases to flow, when the informational veins carrying knowledge and communication run dry, what then will remain? The Great Silence will descend. And no, this is not merely an empty conspiracy theory, just one among many. It is, rather, a profound, all-encompassing conspiracy against your very consciousness. Try to envision this day. The day when the internet, this ubiquitous, all-encompassing nerve center of our modern world, simply evaporates, vanishing without a trace. Not a typical outage, not a temporary glitch, but a complete, irreversible disappearance. Imagine not merely some overloaded servers, but a global, all-encompassing collapse of the entire system. Allow yourself to get lost in this image. Feel how the familiar, endless noise of the information stream slowly fades. How the invisible walls of your accustomed informational cage crumble, leaving you alone with yourself. This will not be the end of the world as we know it. This is but the beginning of an entirely new, unknown order. They say that the seer herself, Vanga, whose words seemed etched into the very tablets of time, foresaw this very moment. And these were not mere general phrases, but specific, chillingly terrifying visions. Her cryptic prophecies, carefully preserved within the depths of Yugoslav archives, spoke of a great silence that would one day engulf the entire world. Not war, nor natural disaster, but precisely silence. A complete absence of voices, an absence of connections, as if the world had suddenly frozen. And this, most frighteningly, is not a temporary phenomenon. It is a true transformation. We find echoes of this ancient prediction in the most unexpected places. For instance, in ancient texts discovered in burial sites hidden beneath many meters of polar ice. There, it speaks of the day when the very voices of the earth fall silent, of a period of cleansing through emptiness. Similar, unsettling motifs are also found within the lost scrolls of the glorious library of Ashurbanipal. They speak of an epoch of silence, a time when all of humanity will be compelled to turn inward, to their very core, for the external world, accustomed to sustaining them, will simply cease to exist. Documents from classified scientific organizations, such as the materials from Project Omega, dated 2077, though concealed from prying eyes, leave hints of the extreme vulnerability of our global digital network. They describe a certain entropic resonance capable of triggering a veritable avalanche of malfunctions. Furthermore, Contemporary research in quantum physics, for example, the works of Dr. Elias Wolf, a researcher at the Zurich Institute who deeply investigates the nature of quantum entanglement of informational fields, convincingly demonstrates our ever-increasing reliance on digital networks creates an extraordinarily fragile, complex, and interconnected system. A system that could undergo an instantaneous, catastrophic collapse. Even natural phenomena, such as solar cycles, as researchers from the Astrophysical Center on the Canary Islands suggest, are capable of influencing the stability of these energy fields, generating periods of heightened vulnerability. All these seemingly disparate threads lead to one frightening conclusion. The Great Silence is not a fantasy. It is a harsh, approaching reality. That inexplicable anxiety that washes over you at 3 in the morning, when the entire world seems particularly hostile and eerily empty. That sharp feeling of alienation that washes over you as you observe the faces of passers-by, their eyes dimmed, frozen in silent resignation, lost in the hypnotic glow of screens. This is more than mere melancholy or sadness. It is your soul, struggling for breath within the confines of this digital matrix, instinctively sensing its ephemeral nature and imminent end. It is a profound premonition that very soon all of this entire world, this pervasive connection, will vanish without a trace, leaving you alone with your own essence. What if all these monsters, wars, crises, pandemics, are merely shadows, dancing strangely upon the walls of a cave? What if the true tyrant, powerful and unyielding, lies hidden within your own reflection, in your eyes gazing back from the mirror? And what if all this external deafening chaos is merely a skillfully arranged set of props designed to distract you from the true, most crucial battle, the one raging within for your very consciousness? The Great Silence is not an act of destruction. On the contrary, it is liberation. The universe is not punishing humanity at all. She merely burns away the poison of fear, of thick ignorance, and of tenacious materialism. Imagine it as a kind of cosmic surgical operation, where the Great Silence acts as the scalpel, carefully excising the afflicted, diseased tissue. Our fragile crown of glass, our ephemeral ego, woven from the opinions of others and fleeting virtual achievements, will inevitably be shattered. And the metallic veins of the system, through which soulless, faceless statistics endlessly flow, will finally wither. And then, in this silent, boundless void, the true self will begin to blossom. Prophets foresaw not a single savior who would come and change the world. They foresaw an entire army of awakened souls. They foresaw precisely you. You are not merely a pawn in a grand prophecy. You are its living embodiment. The Great Silence, which was foretold, is not the end of the world, but its triumphant conclusion. This is the pinnacle of an entire era, when humanity, casting aside all external distractions, will be compelled to turn to its deep, inexhaustible source of strength. Your consciousness is not merely a mirror reflecting reality. It is its creator. Now that your eyes are open, it is no time to stand aside. Your like is a bright flash of light, dispelling the gloom in the boundless web of the internet. A clear confirmation that you are not alone in this pursuit. Your repost is like a seed you carefully sow in the silent desert of sleeping minds. A powerful call for other souls to awaken from their age-old slumber. And a subscription is a vow, a solemn promise to become an integral part of the forming new reality, built on the foundation of true awareness. If you feel ready to go even further, Our exclusive inner circle will become your reliable operational base. And of course, your support through super thanks is that very life-giving energy that fuels the common flame of our movement in this arduous battle against the encroaching darkness. Until our next meeting, stay aware, stay connected, and never, ever stop asking questions.